This is just a little video of what I'm going to be working on next. This is a small wall hang I just recently finished. It was made with 5/16 inch hexagons and done for this year's Hoffman Challenge. I absolutely love this. Is my first time I've ever done any English paper piecing, and I love doing it. So what I decided to do was make another paper piece hexagon quilt. I just started playing with some of my leftover hexagons and laid them out in different designs, and I finally came upon this what looks like kind of like a wagon wheel design. The colors aren't great because I used different pieces that I just had left over. The hexagons are tiny. They're just a little bit smaller than a dime. And this is how I kind of worked on this. I laid out the wagon wheel like this with the pieces all the same around the edge. And I wanted to see what it would look like if I put some of the darker pieces at the corners. And finally I wanted to find out how they would look when I would lay it out together. So that's what I call it, the wagon wheel. And this is version 2 of the wagon wheel. I really like this version better, so I'll be making a lot of these wagon wheels out of all my different scraps. It'll be a scrap quilt, and I'll have some kind of neutral color in between the blocks. So that'll be my next project. And that's a hand working project. And then I found this quilt on the internet, and I thought, well, gee, that's going to work real good with some pieces I got that are approximately, what are they? About 4.5 by 9 inches. And I thought the Fun and Done technique would work really good with that. And then I started thinking, well, I am going to have to buy a lot of background fabric if I do it that way, but I have a lot of fabric. So I'm going to be using some of my colored pieces. I'll be putting the piece in the background, piece of batting, the piece on top, sew them, quilt them. Let's get this in the picture. Quilt them, and then sew them together and fold this over in the Fun and Done technique. So that shouldn't be a project that'll take a long time. And I'll be starting a couple of new projects, but I will be busting some stash. And that's what I'll be working on in the near future.